And so one thing we're announcing today that we're very enthusiastic about is a software donation of over $10 million of software.
Meet Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft and one of the world's richest people. His foundation's charitable work has earned him a reputation as a brainiac do-gooder, trying to make the world a better place. But is it really charity? Over the past 17 years, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has spent about $6 billion on agriculture, claiming to help smallholder farmers in the global south, mainly in Africa. But the majority of grant money earmarked for African agricultural development has gone to institutions in the US and Europe. Of the money that has made it to Africa, 80% went to three main groups. AGRA, a US-registered agency that promotes industrial agriculture in Africa. The AATF, which acts as a broker between foreign agribusiness companies and African scientists and policymakers to develop and expand the use of genetically modified crops. And institutes that belong to the CGIAR, an international network of public agricultural research centers, many founded in the 1960s and 1970s amid efforts to impose industrial agriculture on farmers in the global south. Although these organizations may be based in Africa, many of their programs partner with large agribusiness companies in the US and Europe that want to expand into African markets.
The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has put in a lot of money through on organizations like the 1 Acre Fund, where they invested $11.6 million. That's about 1.1 billion Kenyan shillings. And the idea is that every technology that is seed has to be accompanied by fertilizers, has to be accompanied by specific pesticides and herbicides. And a lot of the 1 Acre Fund farmers have actually gone into debt, and it has not helped as much as was foreseen.
But let's back up. How did Gates get all of this money to begin with? Born into a wealthy Seattle family, Bill Gates co-founded Microsoft in 1975. The company's success was partly due to innovation, but an even bigger factor was an aggressive, monopolistic business strategy that suppressed competition and ensured the company's dominance. Gates then channeled billions of dollars in profits into his foundation, benefiting from US laws that allow the wealthy to not pay taxes on money used for charitable causes, as long as 5% of it is given away. In the 1990s and early 2000s, some seemingly charitable donations actually helped Microsoft get new customers. Now, the Gates Foundation is helping agribusiness corporations get African farmers to use their products by using similar tactics of charity and donations to lock in new customers. The foundation funds AGRA's work convincing farmers to adopt industrial farming practices. It funds AATF and AATF's Open Forum on Agricultural Biotechnology, or OFAB, to lobby African regulators and pave the way for foreign biotech companies to enter the market. It funded the creation of the African Biosafety Network of Expertise, which influences policy and legislation and has helped lay the groundwork for field trials of genetically modified crops produced by Monsanto and other companies. And its funding created the Cornell Alliance for Science, a journalist training program that aggressively pushes pro-GMO propaganda. As of 2022, the Gates Foundation's endowment is worth over $50 billion. That's higher than the GDPs of 3/4 of the countries in Africa. With this financial clout, the Gates Foundation is one of the most powerful forces influencing agricultural development in Africa and the world.
We've seen a usurping of policy space by these philanthrocapitalists as well as the US government, because the resources direct how policy is made and what goes into policy. We have yet to even see the African Union's policy and position on food systems that they said they presented to the UN Food System Summit. Everything is untransparent, cloak and dagger.
You find that AGRA and organizations that are funded by Gates Foundation get easier access to government than other organizations like my own. They're listened to before we even get any admission.
The foundation has also played an outsized role in influential bodies of the United Nations, including the Committee on World Food Security, and its spending has shifted the priorities of large taxpayer-funded development agencies toward an even stronger focus on agribusiness. In spite of its international influence, rivaling or in some cases even eclipsing that of elected governments, the foundation answers to no one but its trustees, Bill Gates, Melinda French Gates, and other people in their inner circle. For decades, the Gates Foundation has used untaxed money, supposedly set aside for charitable uses and the public good, to grow corporate bottom lines and create markets for companies advancing crop biotechnology, agrochemicals, and digital agriculture. This is not charity. The supposed beneficiaries of the foundation's programs, African farmers and farmer associations, have vocally opposed this approach to agriculture, citing the harm these investments have caused to farmers and ecosystems. Instead, they have demanded more funding for agroecology, rooted in principles of food sovereignty, a food system designed for and by the people. Rather than supporting what these farmers want, the Gates Foundation has spent billions of dollars remaking African agriculture as a business ripe for new investments.
They've targeted, for example, harmonization of seed biotech investment laws because they want the continent to be a seamless trading post. And this is kind of a new wave of neocolonialism of our food system.
The Gates Foundation claims to be using the transformative power of science and technology to improve agriculture. But the foundation is actually transforming science itself by facilitating corporate control and redefining the terms of the debate. Stay tuned for a look at the battle over science and what the evidence actually says about the best way forward.